Hey everybody, how you doing? Joe here at the Scruffy Fam and the Scruffy Life with Autism. So in our last video on the how to make applesauce and the wrap up, I talked to you guys that I am going to be going hunting at a friend's place here really soon. So I need to make sure that my archery is on a good level to go hunting. So we just had a fence put in at our house. Actually, it got finished yesterday, so super cool about this. But one thing that it did was we gained 4 feet on one side of our property that we didn't have before. And with that, it also gave me an archery lane. So what I have here, we walk to it, is we have a combination blackout 6-sided field tip and broadhead. Target. Behind it I put just a piece of plywood. I'm on at 20 and 30 yards, so I'm not overly concerned about shooting past, but just in case, because I am going to be shooting broadheads, if I do for some reason go through this new target, I haven't yet, I've shot it with broadheads, haven't gone through, but if I do, there's a piece of plywood there to stop it, and then there's another fence and gate. But one of the really cool things about us opening up our fence this far is about right here is my 20 yards. So put you guys down there. So that's my 20-yard shot, right next to my garden beds. And then if I come back here just a little bit farther, this, looking back here, is my 30-yard shot. So by moving that gate out, it gave me the ability to not only shoot 20 yards in my backyard, but also 30 yards in my backyard, which I could not do before. So I'm gonna go ahead and get set up, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I showed you guys my little range that I got. Now let's talk about what I'm shooting. I am shooting a Diamond Outlaw. I bought this bow over 11 years ago when Tasha and I were still dating. We both bought matching compound bows, and we went to a little archery shop that wasn't too far from where we met. And I've kept it all these years, and I have never archery hunted. So this will be my first time doing that. I still have my original arrows I'm going to be using. I did put on these quick fletches because I had torn up my fletches before. And the broadheads I'm using, I'm practicing with these Montec G5 solid broadheads. They got all the foam and stuff on them. I'll clean those off and sharpen them. I did order this one's called Wedge Hedge from EL&B Outdoors, a new company. I saw a lot of reviews on those, and so I ordered them. I don't know if they're going to be here in time. If they're not, what I'll do is I'll just clean up these broadheads, sharpen them, and then I'll use those. But right now I'm gonna leave the field tips on, and we're gonna see how I'm looking at 20 and 30. So I'll put you guys down over there so you can see the target, and I'll shoot 3 arrows at each, and we'll see how I'm doing. All right, so that's my 20 yards. I'll have to look at the video, see if I pulled one or not. We're gonna go ahead and try that again. Okay, I would say that's a fair representation of where I'm at for 20 yards. So I am definitely right. So because of that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust my sight a little bit. Bring those back. So when you're sighting in for archery, you always follow it. So since I'm right, I'm gonna move my sight housing here right and see if that brings me back onto target. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that taken care of, and I'll try again at 20. And then we'll throw the broadheads on and see what they look like. All right, so that last one I pulled, that was me. But I'm happy with this. This gets me right on where I want to be. So I know for a fact that I pulled this one. I felt it. My hold was just wrong. But this, off of my adjustment, I mean, this is what I'm aiming for. That's really good. Let's throw the broadheads on and see what happens with that. All right, we got the broadheads loaded up. Let's see what the broadheads look like at 20 yards. All right, so you guys can see, I was telling you that the broadheads were shooting. I had adjusted for broadheads, so when I adjusted it back for the field points, what I did is I adjusted off my broadhead target. So now what I have to do is bring it back for the broadheads, because since I'm gonna be hunting next weekend, I'm gonna bring it back for the broadheads. I'm at the height I want. Now I just need to get it back right. So since I'm left, I'm gonna move it back left to the point that I was at. And then we'll shoot the broadheads one more time. And I think we will back up to 30 with these. All right, got it adjusted. Let's see what happens now. Straighten that back up. Okay guys, so I'm back my left right where I want to be. Small problem is tore the fletching on one of them in that last shot. So I'm gonna call this good with my 20 yard. Let's back up to 30 and see what happens. All right, so not the best group at 30 yards. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I hurt my shoulder a little bit in our jiu-jitsu school, so it's getting a little hard to hold the bow out there after all those shots. But I think my up-down is good, and if I brought those in together, I'd be right where I want to be. So all that tells me is I've got some practice to do at 30 yards with the broadheads on. I'm pretty confident where I am with the broadheads at 20. I think I'm right about where I want to be. Obviously I tore a fletching on one, so the groups aren't too bad. I just need to get these groups tighter at 30, and I will be ready to go hunting next weekend. So thanks for watching today. I'm gonna have to refletch an arrow, so that'll be fun. But if any of you guys are in an urban homestead and you want to find another way to provide meat for your family, hunting is an excellent option if you've got good hunting in your area. So we're in Wisconsin, and there's a large whitetail population. There's also a large turkey population. So I actually got a deer archery tag and a fall turkey tag. So I'll be hunting for both. Whichever one pops up, I'm going to shoot an arrow at. I can harvest one turkey, either a hen or a tom, either one, and then I can harvest one buck and 2 does. So that's just for archery. For gun, I think it's the exact same, is that I can harvest 1 buck plus 2 does. So I have the potential of being able to harvest 6 deer. If I were able to harvest 6 deer for our family, that would provide almost, do the math, almost 300 pounds of meat. Which would last our family for a while. We're a family of 6, so that would last us a while. And if I get a turkey would probably last us about a week. So really excited about this, guys. I'm glad I have this opportunity. I'm thankful for my friends that are letting me hunt with them. So I'm going to be hunting archery here in the next week or some change at a friend's house. He's got a couple stands up without a lot of hunting pressure, so I'm going to go there. And then for gun season, I'm going to another friend's property that's about an hour and a half away from here, that they have tailored just as a deer hunting property, and they all harvest something usually on opening day. So that will be really exciting with the ability to do that as well. And then our archery season goes through January. So if I don't get anything this next weekend and for some reason don't get anything during gun season, I've got plenty of opportunities to still go out. But I'm not too disappointed with this today. My shoulder's a little sore, so I'm gonna call it a day for now. Work on getting these groups tighter, and when I actually go out, I'll let you guys come along and see what happens.